showing them the hustle, but are you showing them the tax code? Are you showing them where they can move their money with intelligence?
This is not my first business,
Absolutely.
right? And so I come from the entertainment business, right? So my wife accompanies me to every meeting because should something happen to me, my wife should understand the system, how it works. She should understand the value of what me owning my publishing means, the albums that I own, right? The inherent value that comes with that. And to know that if somebody offers her $5 million, it's worth 20, at least, right? But she should also understand the mechanics of it so that she knows how to get that value out of that music. I purposely over record music so that there's things in the coffers for her. But it would be redundant to do that if she didn't know what to do with it, right? So these are things that in my house had to be taught because somebody's got to carry it on properly. I will leave you the assets, but somebody's got to know how to manage it, right? But now this food thing is a totally different thing. It's a new industry. As you say, it comes with different tax codes and different ways to protect yourself and whatnot. And so as I educate myself and I do these Zoom meetings, my wife is on the Zoom meeting when I go and meet with the attorney and say, okay, we're doing another LLC. We're going to close that one out. We're going to do this LLC. And we're gonna do an umbrella company, and we're gonna put everything under that now because we're expanding the brand, you know. And so it's imperative that my family understands these things. It's not just for me to go out and make the money and bring it home. I deal in intellectual property. People have to know what the fuck we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. So I already know that the wife's gonna get it. I know that I know which niece gets it, right? I know who gets it, right? Because they ask the right questions as they know more, as they see more. Uncle Bun, how does this work? Do you still use the same accountant from your music as your food stuff? You know, I'm like, kid, do you want a job? How many more years before you get out of college? But to answer your question, yes, it is extremely important that as a man of the house, not only do you provide what's necessary for the family, but if you deal in mailbox money, they gotta know, right? If you deal in intellectual property, they've got to know. If you own shares of a business and they need to know these things. And I be telling my wife, I'm like, every time we move, you know that picture ain't shit. You know that's the picture, right?
Come on.
Right? You know that's the picture. All this other shit, if the house burned down, get the babies in that picture and we can get a whole other house. Don't even worry about it. Those type of things are just as important as, you know, you take your kids to movies, you take your kids to theme parks, you take your kids to the beach. You don't take your kids to the accountant. You don't take your kids to the lawyer, you know. Then you die and they all sitting in there trying to figure it out and they all get back and forth because you didn't take care of this shit. I've seen this happen to families before and I swore I wouldn't do it to my family. And so I've actively set things up to a way that it don't even work if you don't know. You know what I'm saying? To take two, we both got to sign off on it. It don't even work if you don't know. And I don't need you to be indifferent. You know what I'm saying? Because if I go, you're me now. And I don't need you to learn this shit the day after I die. You know, I've seen that happen in families and it's brutal. You're already dealing with grief and all of that stuff. You don't have time. You're gonna be in the cloud. You know, and these are uncomfortable conversations to have. But it's way more uncomfortable if somebody's gone and you don't know what their intentions were.
Absolutely. All right. I think we at the end of our time. Get the new album, Motrill.
Yes.
Out.
Yeah, on a good note, Motrill album out right now. New video featuring Zero the Ghetto. Releases tomorrow. And man, Trill Burger's coming to a city near you soon.
Yeah, we got a bunch of bangers on that album too.
Yeah, no, we got some.